Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I am at the far north end of Lake Ontario. And this is in the city of Kingston, and this is the point where Lake Ontario flows into the St. Lawrence River. And at this point from the St. Lawrence River where it starts going up north a ways, is an area called the Thousand Islands. And that is because there is over 1,000 islands in the river just in this one area. And what I'm going to do today is take a 3-hour cruise on the Island Queen, which is going to float around the 1,000 islands to see those and the shores on both sides. So this should be a fun cruise. And it's a 3-hour cruise that costs $71. Which I think is very reasonable considering the length of the cruise. So hop aboard the boat with me and let's take a look at the St. Lawrence River right here where it starts at the end of Lake Ontario. It is a pretty good sized boat, and we already have here a long line of people anxious to board. This tourboat company actually has 3 tour boats that take various length cruises. Some are lunch cruises and some are dinner cruises as well, and they have a sunset cruise. So there's, I think, at least 4 different options. And from the front, it does kind of look like a queen with crowns on the 2 stacks out front here, there and that one. Very scenic area here of Lake Ontario. And I'm really curious what this building is. What could that be? And by the way, as an option, if you pay a little more, you get priority boarding to be the first people to board the ship, which I didn't do. And on this other side is a big hotel with a waterfront patio, it says right there. For the restaurant, I guess. They also have a dockside patio right here, I guess for the poor folks that can't afford the hotel. That would be really nice to stay there.
About a mile west along the waterfront.
So here we're taking off from the Kingston Harbor.
So if you look to the left now, that's my left, you'll see the campus of Royal Military College of Canada. RMC was founded in 1870.
And this is Lake Ontario. All of this water came over Niagara Falls. This is the other side, looking towards the St. Lawrence River. Pretty soon, we're still on the lake.
And next to Point Frederick, you'll see a little bay opening up on the left, and that's called Navy Bay, because during the War of 1812, that was the site of a major British Royal Navy dockyard in Warship Harbor. They built several very large... It was launched in September of 1814.
I wonder what the structure is on this island over here.
Lake Ontario retreated to its home.
Can you see those buildings?
And never came out again during the war. Next to Navy Bay, again on the left, you'll see a fortress on the hill. That's called Fort Henry.
That's Fort Henry.
One of the largest British fortifications ever constructed in North America.
And there's a big dome building.
You can walk through on your own or get a guided tour. Help to build that.
The announcer said that is a gun tower. You see those holes there?
The way those towers worked is on top of those round stone walls was a heavy gun platform. And they mounted several large cannons on tracks.
By the way, this top deck is completely full of people today. This is on a Sunday, Cruise left at 10:30 a.m.
A lovely metaphor for sure.
The middle deck is a private party of people having brunch, Sunday brunch. Maybe not private, but it's something else that you can book to go on to as well. The river here starts out so wide that it looks like it's still Lake Ontario, and there is just islands everywhere. Here's somebody's home that's on an island. We're really close by here.
Meu Deus, filha! Não faça isso!
That announcer is just talking a mile a minute. He never stops for more than 2 seconds. And in the inside here, in the lower deck, he could only understand a few words here and there. I wish he would just shut up and let us enjoy the cruise. This is the closest we've been to one of the islands here. Especially one as populated as this one is.
If you've ever seen a heron rookery in a big swamp in the Dead Sea out of the dinosaur age.
More buildings over here.
But there were no great blue herons, just their interest. Nobody knew why.
This is the bottom deck where I'm sitting. And we have 2 musicians here. And there's also a bar, snack bar, that they're making drinks here. They have various kinds of liquor, all sorts of drinks. And 3 beers on tap. They got Moosehead Lager, Cracked Canoe Premium Light Lager, and Moosehead Small Batch. So this is along the Canadian side of the river. Be nice to have a home right on the riverbanks here. We have open windows here, and that is the USA New York State side. And yes, you are correct. The Thousand Islands salad dressing was named after this place. This is back on the Canada side, and it shows several islands here. When I first heard about the Thousand Islands salad dressing, I thought somebody was just joking, but it turns out it's true. It was named after this place.
Right there on the tip of that little island. Very tiny, very
Like this guy has his own private island. You see a lot of these small islands with only one house on them. There's another one.
So what you're going to see
Very nice.
That's Hay Island on the right. Used to be owned by an American popular novelist called Robert Russell. Robert Russell was a remarkable guy. Robert Russell after he was blind. This end of the island still in the hands of his descendants, but I can see there's a for sale sign now. And then just behind it I see the underwater panthers come to the surface, right? If you look back behind us there, if you see people waving, feel free and enthusiastic about waving back to the indigenous instead of needing water running over rocks. I can't think of a better metaphor for this. Swing to the
How would you like to live on an island like that? Let me know in the comments, please. I wonder how many people would like to live on a little island. I like this bridge he built from his island to a little smaller island right there, which just has a seating place right there. Nice. There's another one. And here's another one. So many little islands around here. And by the way, parts of the Thousand Island area here is a Canadian national park. Certainly not where these homes are, but some of the, I think, unoccupied islands. This is looking at the back of the ship. Well, boat. I don't think you can call it a ship. It has a paddle wheel, but it's not working. Maybe the paddle wheel is for emergency use only. I wonder what all these boats are doing just sitting here. Are people on them partying? Or are they abandoned now? Let's see if we can tell what they're doing. Canadian flag. Nope, I can't tell.
The trees and that little wharf to see a little cottage. Really old grass, moss on the roof. Keep your eyes on the river for that underwater panther, folks. If it comes to the surface here at Towners, you take your sweetheart for a boat ride around the Island View on a beautiful moonlit summer night.
Each one of these islands has a name. This one is called Indiana Island, the announcer said. And here's his house down here. Well, there's the house in the middle, and this is just like a deck.
Just ahead on the left, you see Mermaid Island. Lovely small island.
Said this is Mermaid Island.
Mermaid Island is. You can see the boats on the little float. Lovely cabin up.
This home was really sheltered by the trees on that island. And he just said that some of these islands are available for rent during the summer months. Nice big house on this one. Now that's a nice big house. Got their chairs set out there. He said this is the ferry that works by the way of an underground cable. Because they got cars on that island. I bet that's pretty rare. People bring their cars over here because there's quite a few homes. This is one of the larger islands. And wow, look at the lawn on this one. I think somebody's been mowing the grass.
It's the largest joint project ever undertaken by Canadian and American governments.
The announcer said that this place is up for sale
Tell me how much money you think they raised in 1911.
for $13 million. That seems a bit much to me, but I don't know. Does it include the whole island? Then it might be worth it. And does it include this other house?
Yeah.
Here's a tree that the announcer said was killed by the birds that destroy it. Look at the solar panels on this one.
So I guess if I was...
Well, that was a really interesting cruise. This is the park they have right beside the boat docks. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it as much as I did. Good day, folks.